welcome to my YouTube channel. It's your girl Sparkler J, and I'd like to say welcome. I hope you've been having a good week, and I hope your day is also going well. Today I'll be talking about a very important topic, especially for people in marriage or people in partnership. Something that has led to various issues. Sometimes it starts as something very little, but over time it blows into something out of control, out of proportion. And so I think I'm just here to just give my own view and my own opinion. And that topic is about, okay, what should be the sharing formula for expenses in a household or in a marriage or in a partnership. In a marriage, people have various opinions. I've read and I've seen people talk about various sharing formulas. Some people believe, oh, the man should be solely responsible for every expense and everything that concerns the house, while some people believe, oh, there should be a sharing formula of 50-50, like the husband brings 50% of the money needed to cater for the expense and the woman brings 50%. Some people believe in sharing formula of 70-30. Some people believe in 60-40. Some people believe in, oh, there are certain bills I can't take on. My husband should be in charge of taking on that expense. I could go on and on and on with various sharing formula. My own take would just be in two parts. First of all is, regardless of the formula you decide to go with that I've mentioned earlier, it's important that partners in the relationship or in the marriage are in agreement with whatever. I see the major issue I see is that a lot of people just assume the status quo. Status quo in the sense that some people believe that men should be in charge of all expense and while the woman should be in charge of everything about the children. There's nothing wrong about that. I think what your sharing formula should rely on is about basically your capacity, and if both partners are in agreement with it. Just like every decision you make, or you sit down, you make decisions that, okay, you want to buy a house, you make decisions that, okay, you want to take on certain projects. Finance might be, I know it's a very difficult conversation people do not really want to have, but it's something that you should have regularly. Just like organizations usually have regular reviews, regular meetings to be able to ensure that every employee aligns with the values, with the goals of the organization, and also to track the performance, that the organization is doing well as it's expected to. So is marriage. If you hold dear and you really consider your marriage to be very important, it is key that you take into cognizance carrying out regular reviews. It could be monthly. If monthly is overbearing, you could try quarterly, you could try yearly. It's very important for families to be able to take some time. You can call this like maybe a yearly or a quarterly retreat where everyone sits down, even both the children. You guys have like your goals. You look at, okay, what's the goal for the family this time? Okay, is it to start up this business? Is it to get your children enrolled into some activities that you know that will be good for their growth, or just basically talking about it? And so the key thing when I talk about the two parts, I mean the very first part is that regardless of the sharing formula, if the man has a capacity, some people are from wealthy homes, they have the capacity, they have the resources to be able to take on a lot, and they're okay with it. And also, the most constant thing in life is change. There are various instances where situations change and we can only hope for the best anyway. But sometimes at one point in time might be the woman earning more, or it could be that the man is has gotten a promotion and is earning more and can take on more than maybe the 50-50% or the 70-30% formula. So it's very important that both partners have a discussion and they are okay with, okay, this is the sharing formula I want to have at this time, and that we have to ensure that both are happy with it. It's not that someone is enforcing their own method on another person. Because what I see is that apart from people following the status quo with the believing that men should take on more responsibility, some people also use other people as their own model or prototype for their marriage, forgetting that everybody has various situations, that there are situations that their financial capabilities are different. Importantly, it is key that husband and wife must decide that, okay, this is what works for us, and that everybody is happy. You have to ensure that every party is happy. And when you carry out your regular reviews or regular meetings or retreats or discussions, sometimes it doesn't have to be like overly like a formal meeting, but I know of families that actually carry out formal reviews, and it's really nice, and I see the growth and the improvements in their marriages. But there are also some people that it might just be a casual talk. It's okay, just want to have a talk. Oh, are you okay? Are you still okay with taking on all this expense? I hope it's not causing a lot of financial strain on you. I hope you are not feeling overburdened. Or do you need assistance in this and no? It's very key that husbands and wife must have these discussions, because what I see is that a lot of times people just assume, they go with the flow, or they compare themselves to other people and they keep complaining rather than even having the fair discussion with their partners. And in the end, and with time, they start to have resentments for one another, and that tears apart the family and the marriage. And something that should have been discussed and would have been addressed easily later blows to something very out of control, and at the end of the day you have marriages breaking off and all sorts of issues coming up. So that is the first part. The second part is, this is just my own view. I don't believe that one person, regardless even of the financial situation, should be solely responsible for carrying out any expense. Even if one's husband is the richest man in the whole world, I think there's still some level of support that women can also assist. I know we bring a lot to the table in terms of the children and all, and I hear a lot of people say, oh, I bring myself to the table. It's very definitely, we bring ourselves to the table. I cannot dispute that. But it's also key that no matter how little, even if it's just a little grocery there, a little spending of your money to do one or two things in the house, trust me, no matter how rich a person is, even if you give them a very little gift, it's the thoughts that matters. They will really appreciate it. They will like your inputs. They would be happy. There's just something it does that the person really cares and appreciates and just really wants to support you, even if they don't have enough or the capacity to do as much. And so invariably, as human beings, we are people that no matter how much we have, sometimes we love to just be taken care of, no matter how little it is. And I believe that if we apply some level of emotional intelligence in how we deal with our partners or in how we relate to our partners when it comes to sharing of income or expenses and all, it will work fine, and definitely it will really help us to be able to have a more stable, a more united front, and to help every marriage be able to achieve their goal. So in conclusion, I'm just saying that, number one, do not compare your financial situation or your sharing formula with another person's sharing formula. You guys are not the same. You guys will have the same financial situation. Number two, ensure that you and your partner, regardless of the sharing formula you decide to use, ensure that both of you are happy about it. But no one is feeling cheated. No one is feeling at a disadvantage, so that you don't have any financial strain or any resentment that may lead to damaging effects to your relationship. Lastly, is that regardless of the sharing formula, if it feels like one person is taking on more weight than the other person, I believe that it's just fair enough for the other person also to show up sometimes, even when it feels like they don't have. They should try their possible best to also show up in their own little way. And I think by doing this, it will really help the marriage institution to grow better. So if you have any other opinion, I would like to hear, what sharing formula are you using in your own household? What's your own way? Are you the one taking up maybe the certain bills and your husband is taking up certain bills? We all can learn and just probably learn from your own way or your own experience. And I'll be in the comment section to read all your comments. Please do please do comment, please do share the video, and I'll be grateful for it. If you're watching and you've not subscribed, please now, what are you still doing? Please subscribe. Till I see you in my next one. Bye bye.